never start the podcast like that again.
Okay, but I get this one though. It's too late. Too late now. And we're back. I get that one too because I'm not ever going to do that again. But it's after our first hiatus, like our first little break that we took.
Yeah.
So it feels like it's been a while.
It was like a vacation.
So I feel like it's appropriate to say, and we're back.
Yeah, that's true. I'm with it now.
Okay.
We did. It seemed like we didn't have a little vacation.
I mean, a little bit.
Not really.
I mean,
because
I miss you.
Not really because no.
That's usually when somebody says, "Yeah, you."
I love you too. Am I supposed to say that? I felt like the Dave Chappelle, like, okay, bye now.
Okay, bye. All right. So first things first, we have our buddy Zack, Z-A capital C capital H, Zack.
My name is spelled C-A-C-K.
Okay.
Thank
But
you.
however, I pronounce
Thank you, God.
that way. And I spell it that way in text. But our buddy Zack is here, and he is
having some audio issues, but he's
hey, he's not the only one.
I know, right?
You better fall back.
I know. Stumbling and fumbling.
But yeah, Zack is he's here hanging out, listening, and here to show his true talent of always being the dude that you have around who will actually get on his phone and Google something to end an argument that's going to last 15 to 30 minutes and then just end it like 30 seconds. Like, who won the championship in 95? And then you argue about it for 5 minutes, and then Zack looks it up.
Yeah, what? Okay, so like back in the day, like 30, 40 years ago, that those arguments were way different in school and stuff like that because it was like no one had that.
Yeah, you couldn't actually just find the answer.
Yeah, people weren't running to the Encyclopedia Britannica or the library to settle
now,
arguments.
Like we stay in the old school way of it, I guess. But then you have somebody who usually reminds you, like,
yeah,
hey guys, hey, you can just look it up. It's right here,
Yeah, it's what do they call it? Fake news and facts. We're in that era.
Yeah, I've talked to a few people who, like a few listeners who talk about listening, and then, like they hear us talking about something, and then we're talking about it, and we just can't figure out the right answer. Like we're way off base, and it's probably something super obvious to other people, and we're trying to figure out the answer, and they're sitting there listening like, like it's this. It's obvious. But
yeah, that's fine. I mean, shout out to them. That they should just hit us up and tell us whatever it is that we got wrong.
Yeah, and I haven't really asked to know exactly which ones, but I feel like we do it a lot though.
Oh yeah, for sure. This isn't the Facts podcast though. This isn't
It's
Big
about
Facts,
to be though.
The podcast.
It is now.
You think so?
Yeah,
you think Zach's gonna up our game?
I mean, that's what I'm here for.
Zack,
Yeah.
Zack PI. Zachary
Yeah,
PI.
exactly. It's just hopefully he doesn't get too drunk and high, and then it all comes crashing down. It didn't help us at all.
Hey, I'm trying to get there.
Only one way to find out.
Oh,
That's
man.
when I need to play my reggae horn.
So yeah. So how was your vacation?
From the podcast?
Mm-hmm.
It was good. We did some Thanksgiving. So that means I went over to my parents' house. I didn't cook a thing. I watched football all day. Watched the Raiders win. Am I allowed to say that?
Yeah, of course. It's in the past.
Okay.
You're not jinxing them. They won. It's in the past.
Yeah. Man, I will say that me and my dad, we were talking about it was Detroit Chicago game in the morning. And the game, Detroit always has a Thanksgiving Day game. Detroit and Dallas always have those games. But Detroit always sucks. So we were just watching that game thinking about not only the Detroit Lions, but the city of Detroit has the Lions, the Tigers, and the Bears. Are we serious? No,
Oh my.
no. Lions, Tigers, and Pistons.
Red Wings.
Okay, well, Red Wings are successful, I think, or have been, maybe.
Yeah, I feel like they have.
All right, so there's some, successful team in the city. And the Pistons, they won before. But usually all of those teams are really bad. And then we're sitting there watching the game on Thanksgiving Day. And the Detroit Lions offensive line must have had, I don't know. I want to say 10 penalties just to be conservative. I don't know if that's a lot or a little, but it
Oh, so
seemed
you're
like
a
an
conservative now?
insane it seemed like an insane amount of penalties. And they had a chance to win the game. They were in the game and they just couldn't pull it out because they just kept shooting themselves in the
Pause.
foot.
Sorry.
But it just thinking about being there, it's probably freezing cold. It's Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Your team's on TV. They're 0 and I don't know. What is it, Zach? It's 0 and how many weeks? 13? 14? I don't
they're
know.
always.
I'm just going to go off the cuff right now. I'm going to say 10 and 1,
Right.
sadly.
Oh, the one. I forgot about the one.
Man, you can't forget that one.
The one.
And the not win.
Damn.
One.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel for I have a friend who is from Detroit. He played ball with me, and he was like he couldn't really talk football because they suck all the time.
Yeah.
Pause. So he was just like standing around, like nodding head, like yeah, football.
I mean, even in Barry Sanders' years, like
Yeah, they suck. They're always bad.
I think
They've
they
always been
still
bad.
sucked. It's like,
Yeah.
God, you have like one of the best running backs ever, and they still just sucked. I mean, when they had Megatron, and it's like, and they still didn't win shit. Like that.
Yeah, they're always a team that plays on Thanksgiving, right?
Yeah, I don't know what.
Like they have the teams.
I don't know
That always
how
play on.
well, it's just Dallas and them, and it was like something about Dallas, I don't know, paid their way into having Thanksgiving, having the Thanksgiving game all the time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know why Detroit gets it. I remember
Yeah,
seeing it in some kind of special or whatever, but
probably just became tradition. It's like a thing. It's just
But why would they
You
pick
know,
them if they always suck?
I mean, at some point they might have been a good team. Maybe, I don't know.
They never won, I don't think.
I have no clue. To be honest with you. But I didn't watch the game.
It was just
I didn't watch the game.
it was just sad sitting there thinking like, because we're from Southern California, we're from like LA sports fans, or at least some of us or whatever. So you're used to a lot of winning, like Lakers win, the Rams have won a long time ago, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if the Chargers have won, but the Kings have won. Dodgers have won. The Clippers are trying to get
I knew
there.
you were about to say.
But
Nah, I'm not a big I'm not big on the tradition of football, but I know that I just always remember the Lions playing. But yeah, the Thanksgiving was cool. It's a little bit tough when you're vegan, because just the traditional food things aren't really meant for veganism. Um, the friends get. Did you remember Friendsgiving?
oh no, it's
Is that
still a thing.
still a
It's
thing?
definitely still a thing.
Still a thing? Such a weird name. Like they're just like, we're friends, we're giving. Let's combine these words.
I know somebody.
It just doesn't fit.
I know somebody who somebody I was working with recently who went to a friendsgiving party in Compton. It was
Okay.
this guy who came from the East Coast. He was a Southern guy, white guy, and his spouse had a friend who had a party, a friendsgiving in Compton. So he went, and he said that they were there doing TikTok videos the whole time, like the entire time. They were just like, everything was a TikTok video. They were like dancing, and it's just like a wild thing. He sounded like he hated it, but
Yeah.
that was a Thanksgiving or a Friendsgiving that happened. I've never been to one. I don't ever want to go to one, but
I feel like it's a social media thing.
yeah,
Like that's
like
what
it's to be
it's a
putting.
hashtag.
Sure, yeah, yeah.
I feel like that's when it started too. Like social media era.
You think so, or just like people?
I
I
think
feel
so.
like it's people who aren't trying to do like their go to their family thing, or they don't have like a
Nah,
family one to go to.
I feel like it's at a different time sometimes than actual Thanksgiving, but I feel like that's what it's become, like a hashtag at
At
whatever the
Friendsgiving.
social media.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's like it's meant for that.
yeah. Well,
Um,
I mean that would make sense why
but
these people were doing TikTok all kinds. Like,
right, exactly. Yeah. Speaking of TikTok, I don't know. I'm pretty not up on TikTok.
I am not either. I'm
like
I'm starting to see it
like I.
because, like, you look on Facebook and then they show the little suggested things, and
Hmm.
they're all TikTok videos.
And that one girl's voice.
Oh, who's
You know which
oh
one I'm
who's
talking
saying
about. The
the little, yeah,
caption.
the caption, yeah.
Yo, what's up
I
with
don't know
that?
who it is. You think we could get her on the show?
Yo, she better be getting a lot of money, whoever that is. Because that is insane, the amount of like captions she
But isn't
like.
it just like like a
Is it
voice
a robot?
yeah, like a little type in the box voice thing?
Yeah, but whoever's voice they use for that
Oh yeah.
or
I feel like
whatever,
it's
however that
a
happened,
computer generated thing.
I guess.
But yeah, that's if they could make money off of that, if she could get paid for that, then she get paid a lot. If it is a she, if
Yeah.
it is actually a human she, it might be like a robot she, or just a robot. I'm not trying to exclude anybody, you know.
Yeah. Nah, that man, that female. She's like, we baked a cake.
Yeah, and then there's a billion videos with that same the same thing. But yeah, I'm trying to figure it out. I'm still like, it's still foreign, you know, it's still, and I feel old watching it. Even though there are people,
Right.
you know, our age or older or whatever on it, I still like
Yeah. Oh yeah.
looking at it and trying to figure out what it is and what it's about, and just like the hesitance to do that. Like, I just feel old.
Yeah. Yeah. You're gonna miss the wave like
I know.
crypto.
Hey, so did you, right? Didn't or you
Yeah.
turned down the wave?
I mean
You let
I
it
don't know.
pass?
I'm yeah. Yeah, but nah, people are like even if you look at or listen to business people like about like talking about stocks and stuff like that, they're like, man, TikTok is the wave, like invest in that. Like they're going hard with the TikTok thing. So I mean, it's here to stay. It's not MySpace,
I mean,
I'll tell you that.
we've been talking about, you know, how to get involved with it, you know? But I don't really know
Yeah,
anybody who
yeah.
is. Like, I don't know anybody who's like super engaged with it, you know?
Oh, I do. I know a girl who she got like super viral on TikTok and everything. Yeah. She for a moment there she was like everything, her life, like the life revolved around it. That's how crazy it was.
Uh, so producer Zack here says that it is a person, and it's
That girl is an actual a human that
yeah,
they better be getting some royalty or money,
yeah,
hopefully,
yeah. Hopefully for
because
them.
I see that I see that voice everywhere.
Oh yeah, I mean it's on almost every video. Shit, I'm
Yeah, any video. I guess it's like a caption that you could probably add in, voiceover or whatever. So shout out to her.
Would you? So
I
did you
mean,
do like a friendsgiving or whatever?
yeah, I did that. I did the friendly
Okay.
Thanksgiving thing. Yeah,
What did you eat?
yeah. That's it was
Yeah.
tough. You know, just made sure that there was veggies involved,
Some lettuce.
and fake lettuce. Nah, it wasn't. It was actually the people I knew had like a lot of vegan stuff, so I was good.
Vegan stuff like crazy, like vegan turkey.
Like nah, nah, no vegan turkey, but it was like it was like combination, like some stuff that was like traditional Thanksgiving, um, you know, the ham and the turkey and stuff like that, but then other stuff
Did you
that
eat it?
was
Pause.
vegan. What the vegan stuff? Yeah, all the I didn't really eat too much. I'm not like a big. Actually, I'm gonna be honest. I've never been a big
Yeah, I
Thanksgiving
was gonna ask
person.
you that if you've been if you
Like I've never been
yeah.
a big
I hear
Thanksgiving
people say
person.
that.
Like we don't have to,
I hear a lot of people say that they
huh?
don't like turkey at all.
Well, I mean, I've never been a big fan of turkey at all, but Thanksgiving as a holiday, I've never been a big fan of.
Oh, just like, hey guys, let's be friends. And then when you leave and go back to your village, we're gonna shoot you in the face. Boom, boom.
Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
that was pretty early. Like I say, like high school. Like I started kind of like,
Yeah.
mm,
Yeah, kind of falling off of that holiday a little
started
bit.
doing like, yeah, started kind of doing the
Yeah.
math a little bit, and then I started kind of not really messing with it. Um, but Uh, yeah, no, it was cool. It was cool to have a little break too. We've been doing the podcast thing for like a over a
Yeah.
year now, and so that was kind of cool. Um, you know, we 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 had a couple of talks about where we're gonna take the podcast in 2022. So we got a couple of surprises on that. Hopefully we'll build some enemies in the podcast game in
Yeah.
Oxnard area, Ventura County area, because that's when it gets a little bit
A
more
Joker
fun.
to our Batman.
Um, yeah, I guess you could say that. That's kind of weird that you would say that, but yeah. Hopefully we do something like that. Speaking of the Oxnard area, so this will drop on Friday. Kevin Hart is gonna have 6 shows back to back to back starting Friday. So he'll have the two per day, and they're all
Oh hell
sold
yeah!
out. They got sold out like immediately.
Has he? Do you think you know if he's ever been there before?
I know he's been to Oxnard before. I don't know if he's ever gone to Levity.
I mean, if,
I don't think
if
so.
he's been to
I think I would
Oxnard
have
and he
heard of that.
did not go to Levity, like,
So he actually went for remember when Brandon Rios fought Manny Pacquiao?
not really. I don't know. I don't know who Brandon Rios is.
Okay,
No,
I knew you
I'm
wouldn't
not. I'm not.
remember. It's funny because we actually watched it
Oh
together, but
yes. Okay. Sorry.
the shoot, I don't care. But he went to go for some reason go visit Brandon Rios in camp,
Who Kevin Hart?
and this was when he was yeah Kevin Hart.
Uh,
Um, and so I know he's been to Oxnard before, but and I
well,
feel like I think he
yeah,
went to the cowboy camp.
he was there in 2017. Is that right, Zach?
Yeah. So boom. So yeah. But yeah, that man, I'm not a big Kevin Hart fan, but his energy in a stand-up comedy, I would really
So
want
you
to see
said that
that.
you're not a big Kevin Hart fan.
I'm not like he's in my top
Yeah.
5, but I think he's
Yeah.
funny for sure.
I think
He's
his
definitely funny.
he's almost funnier. I think his stand up is funny, but just like the things that he does, like I saw recently, like
Yeah,
he was, I don't know, he was a correspondent or whatever, special little guest or whatever.
with
No, for
Snoop.
a football game. It was for the Eagles Saints
Mm.
game, I think. Because he's an Eagles fan, and so the Saints were coming out, and mid sentence he starts booing the Saints as they come out.
Oh yeah, I did. I
Like
saw
that is more funny to me than
yeah,
the stand up, really.
yeah. No, I think I want to say it was like Sports Center or
Yeah,
something, and they had him. Yeah, like you said, he was like a correspondent. Uh, some they were like interviewing him right before the
yeah,
game, I guess.
yeah, yeah. He's standing there. He's standing there, and they, like the other team comes out, and he just turns and instantly starts booing.
Yeah, and they like and the timing of that is
Yeah,
impeccable.
yeah. And just having him on there, and giving him a microphone, stuff like that is going to happen almost every time.
Right.
Let's see.
Live when you were working at City Sport? Yes. Can you
Yeah.
confirm this? Yes, I can.
God, man,
confirm that.
I'm gonna
City
find
Sports
the
in
exact part,
Philadelphia?
but he is so much shorter. Like he is so much shorter than everyone else.
Yeah. Nah, he's like stuff like that, and then he got on with what's his name with like during the All-Star break stuff,
Oh yeah, like,
like the
didn't
NBA.
Drake take the, or no, he took, LeBron took the drink from him, then he handed it off to Drake. Is that what it was?
Oh yeah, that. But like even like when he would roast everyone on the studio, like that
Oh,
stuff
having
was
him like in with
hilarious.
Chuck
So I like
and
that.
Shaq. Yeah.
Yeah, like his interviews to me are
Oh,
like
here
hilarious.
here's the exact
So
piece.
me, my writing part, boo, boo, boo. Yeah, that's right. Get y'all asses out of here. Sorry, guys. I had to give it to him. Sorry. Shut up. You shut up. I come over there right now.
He's on live.
Yeah. But just that, you know you're gonna get that.
Yeah, yeah, that was pretty crazy because like he's like good. He's like a roast dude. Like he's quick with his with like the comebacks and um like roasting people on the spot. So like that type of stuff is just hilarious.
Yeah.
So I would want to see that live. I would want to see like his energy because he brings a lot of energy. But yeah, that thing sold out pretty
And you want to see
quickly.
how short he is in person?
I mean, I guess yeah,
What
whatever. That's not something I'm
what
super
comedy
interested.
shows have you been to?
I've been to a couple. Yeah, I've been to a couple.
Which ones?
Um, I've been to. There's been to a couple that I don't know who they are. But I've been to a Eddie Griffin one. That was one that like obviously I know who he is. Um, I went to a Pablo Francisco one. I went to a who else? I've been to a couple other ones. I forget who, but none of the top people that are my like in my top five. No, um, like I've never been to like a Seinfeld or like a Chappelle or any of those top dogs.
You like the Seinfeld stand up?
I've never seen it. I mean, I've never been. You mean like his specials?
Yeah.
Um, it's cool. I'm more of a Seinfeld on the show fan. Um, it's just more of that. What's the deal with like that's a lot of
Yeah.
his
But I
stuff.
mean that's what the show is
Yeah,
too.
that's I know. So I wouldn't say he's elite with it like a Chappelle, but
Hey, I I just got to bring this up here. So
God,
this is a little more technical
here we
than
go.
listeners are probably, but so I can see on my right hand side here on the screen where we have our little chat, like we have a little chat thing that we can speak to each other, and there's a message box where you can type stuff in, and it's prompting me to type this: "We finishing the pod with him."
I haven't.
It's prompting me to type that right now.
Okay.
So, I don't know like if it's supposed to be discreet, like between me and you, and it's like, hey, should we cut this one? Like this dude over here, like, are we gonna finish the pod with him?
Yeah, that is very weird.
Yeah,
How is it prompting you? What do you mean?
but because it's
It's
like
like
I have
predictive
the
text.
yeah, it's like just giving me the option just to say that.
That's insane.
That's like that's a pre-written thing that they're like, hey, should we kick this dude out? Like, is this dude trash? Should we get rid of him?
Holy shit! Damn,
Damn, shit
that's
is cutthroat over here.
uh,
Yeah.
dang. Um. So yeah. So I guess they had tickets. Okay. Here's another thing. They had tickets for that. This is how I heard about it. About the Kevin Hart thing. Uh, Q95.9.
What is that? I mean, it's a radio station,
Yeah.
obviously, but
You okay? It's Q. You remember Q1047, right?
Yeah,
It's basically that.
but it's not.
It's the new station. It's the new like station name or whatever.
Oh, I know that. I think Q1047 was even a thing before, like a long time before we were listening to it. Because I remember bringing it up when I was a kid. Like me and my friend talked about listening to Q1047, and then his mom was like, "Oh, people still listen to Q1047?" And like back then, I guess people were listening to it. So
Yeah, yeah. I'm sure it was different. I'm sure they transitioned into hip hop and R&B from like probably pop and
um,
rock or like you know what I mean?
yeah.
Pop like pop music. I'm sure, and then hip
So it
hop
was
became more popular.
yeah. So I can't imagine. I guess it was Q105, but
Yeah,
I can't imagine like people who used to listen to it back then, and they're
yeah.
like, "Oh, skippity doo dah! This is gonna be all my old Peter, Paul, and Mary."
Oh,
And they,
oh wow. That's what you think of people that are
well,
older than us.
well, that was
Insane.
that was the type of person who said that they listened to it before.
Oh,
It's-
they
so
wave
like,
their arms around saying "skibbity doo dah." All right, this is up. So
yeah.
nah, I heard. So they changed it to Q95.9 like a couple years ago. It's been years that they changed that. So so I'm glad I'm breaking this news to you. But but they I'm listening. It's only Rico. You remember Rico and Mambo?
Oh yeah. No, I
It's
I follow
only
the Instagram page. It still says Rico and Mambo.
double check because they kicked that boy off.
Oh wow.
Or I don't know what happened to him. I honestly I don't know because
Maybe it was just this week or something.
no no. He's not there no more.
Okay.
He's like it's Rico in the morning. he
It's
didn't say
Rico.
it's he didn't say
Did
it's
he
Rico
hold
and
a
Mambo
pause
and
like
Mambo's
for
not
the
here.
time that Mambo would usually say something?
Yeah, nah, he didn't say that. He said it's Rico. He didn't say Rico and Mambo is on vacation. He didn't say where's Mambo. He didn't say none of that. He said it's Rico only in the morning.
Damn.
So I'm just trying to figure out like I don't know. I kind of want to see what happened.
Huh.
Someone whoever's listening, reach out because I know people talk like
Well,
they
that's why we got Zach. He's looking. He's not saying
I
anything.
did a little bit of research. Like, Zach, can is there? Have you heard anything about that at all?
Like, I don't know.
I guess not.
I haven't listened to it in so long.
Yeah, I know. I figured I don't even really listen to. I don't listen to radio like that, but sometimes I will just to see kind of like what's happening locally or like just to hear what's on the radio. You know, I like tapping into like a little bit of new music
Yeah.
and so yeah, so and then I heard the Kevin Hart thing, like they were selling the tickets or whatever, and
Yeah. I always
like you
wonder.
know,
So, like you say that you don't really listen to the radio that much, right?
I would say like once every 2-3 weeks, I'll
Okay.
turn the radio on in the morning
Because
just
I
to see.
never listen to it. I
You
never
don't listen
listen
to
to it.
new music. You don't listen to
I
the
listen to new
radio.
music. I listen to new music. I don't listen to the radio. I listen to new music. Zach, do you listen to the radio? No.
I
Yeah.
mean,
And
not a lot.
that's what I figured.
Well, to be honest, radio is dying art form, anyways.
Yeah, that's why
Like,
like when I hear about it or even when I'm, in somebody else's car or whatever and I hear the radio, I always wonder what it's like to be a radio, like a broadcaster on the radio. And then like how is radio surviving now? Like especially with podcasts and all that stuff, like podcasts are kind of the open market and radio is still this, more structured thing, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, a lot of them have had to adapt. Like they had to do the YouTube thing. They had to find ways to put it out in podcast form to kind of like keep
Right.
up with the Joneses. And I think the ones that are doing it, like you see the Breakfast Club, like you tap into them on YouTube.
So
You
so
know
they're on the radio.
what's that?
They're on the radio. Breakfast Club.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. But they're like syndicated. They put it out in podcast form. You know what I mean? Like you can get the Breakfast Club on on Apple Podcasts.
Do
So
they do the radio voice?
what's the radio voice?
And we're back to Q105.5.
Yeah, I'm sure they do just like that.
Okay.
I think I heard it like this morning. It's crazy.
I hear
No,
I'm around pilots a lot, and like you could have a normal conversation with the pilot and they'll talk like a normal person. And then when you hear them on the radio, like on their headset, hey, this is 1759. We're coming in. Beautiful sunset coming in tonight. We're going to be there in about 15 mics, and we'll see you when we get on deck.
yeah, that's definitely a pilot voice right there.
But they don't talk like that in normal life, So I figure radio people might be the same way. I hope they're the same way. Because if you're a radio person and you talk like that in real life,
what's the dude's name? Art LaBelle or
Art,
the late night dude? He's like a late night with Art, whatever his name is. Art LeBeau.
Art LeBeau?
What's his name? Art something. I forget. It's something. He's like an old school like if you turn on Q1047 at like 11 o'clock on a Saturday night, he's on there.
Is he like 100 years old?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he's like a radio like Hall of Famer or something like that.
A radio
I
wizard.
remember. Yeah, I remember when they changed Power 106 or whatever it was like. It was 92.3 the beat, and they changed it to 100.3 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But like it was live on the thing. It was live, and they were like, "We're changing it," and they changed the station on me. I'm like, "Dang!"
But did you know what station to change it to?
They just I don't remember, and I'm like, "Where'd it go?" And then I like looked around, and it was on another station.
I was always kind of like put off by the fact that it was 105.9, but they called it Power 106. And they like just
they rounded up. That was
like
they were
like
they weren't
I mean
being
like
real.
yeah, you're just gonna round up.
That was very. They were just lying in front of our eyes. It was kind of disrespectful.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of crazy. But
So yeah.
Damn.
Nah, but Big Boy doesn't have a radio voice.
Maybe not anymore. I feel like he did.
He's just like that's just him. He's like, alrighty.
He lost it.
However he does it.
He did. He lost the voice after he lost the weight.
Nah, he had the same voice. He kept the same voice.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Dang, you just give up like that?
Yeah.
That's all it takes to argue you down?
Yeah, but I wonder too, like you hear Bruce Buffer or Michael Buffer. I've never heard him have a normal conversation, but
I have.
You have?
I've heard of. Yeah, I heard of Michael Buffer talk boxing. He's like, "Hey, what's up?" Nah, he talks basically the same, but they definitely put a little bit more oomph in their voice.
Yeah.
To, for the thing.
Yeah. I mean.
Yeah.
So obviously you're probably more of a Michael Buffer fan, right?
I mean, I'm not. I wouldn't say I'm a fan.
Well, but if you had to choose which one you prefer.
I barely learned about this his brother, so I guess yeah. He barely told me about his brother. Like,
you didn't even know he had a brother?
Nah.
I wonder. I mean, I really don't know I don't know when his brother started doing his thing or whatever, but I found out that he was doing UFC, and then it was like Michael Buffer does boxing, and then Bruce Buffer does UFC. That's pretty cool. It was also pretty cool that the Raiders started doing that. But I do wonder what he talks like in real life.
Yeah. Yeah. What we got? Any topics for this week?
Yeah. Well, one of the ones that I saw was that the MLB is going to have another lockout.
Next. No. I'm just kidding. No, I did. I actually saw that too.
Here's the thing. I don't give a shit about baseball. It's boring. All right.
Basically, he summed it up. The way he wrapped that up in a bow for me, I that's exactly how I feel. But no, I saw that honestly, I saw the headline and it was like, oh, it's a lockout. Like, oh shoot, they had issues.
Yeah, but I always
Like,
wonder, I mean, the same, lockout for what? All of you make $40 million or more.
yeah.
You sit on the bench for 90% of the
Mm-hmm.
game. You bat 3 or 4 times. You get a ball hit to you, I don't know, 3 or 4 times, and you get paid, $40 million a year or whatever.
Right.
What are we locking out about? What's the problem?
Yeah, nah. I mean,
And
I couldn't tell you, but they said what it was the first one since '90.
yeah, but they
1990?
almost did it. They almost did it. I think in 2020, the year of the the pandemic,
Yeah.
like the bad.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So when the NBA did the bubble, and the NHL kind of did their little bubble thing, the NFL was taking all kinds of precautions and protocols and all this stuff, and then baseball, the potential lockout, I don't even think it wasn't even about the pandemic, I don't think. I think it was about money, contracts or whatever. And they were like that, they almost locked out because of that. So where these other sports, a lot, the players at least, players wanted to play. And then, in my opinion, having NBA and, all the sports during that time, at least it gave a lot of people something to watch,
Yeah.
especially as a Laker fan, that's the Lakers won the title that year. So it gave people something to watch. So
Right.
and then you're sitting here, you have the NBA who does that, NHL, NFL, all the major ones. And then baseball is sitting here bickering about how many millions they're going to make or whatever the problem is. And that put me off to baseball, to be honest. Since then, I haven't paid attention.
Yeah. I mean, shoot, it's been a minute for me that I paid attention to baseball. I just, like I said, it was too boring for me. But I honestly don't know why there there is even a lockout, and has this like what's it about? Where's it going? Um, yeah, I couldn't even tell you. I just know that they're slipping. If they really took all parties involved, if they look big picture, a lockout's not gonna help anybody involved because they're already they they were at one point they were the most they were the America's sport and all that.
Yeah.
Like they've fallen to I don't know what would you say? Would you say football, basketball as most popular sports?
Yeah.
Football,
Then
basketball,
baseball.
then baseball.
Yeah.
Still,
Yeah.
okay.
And then
Yeah, but I
hockey,
mean
then soccer.
then hockey, then soccer. I mean, I feel like UFC is kind of like
Yeah, probably
popular.
up in.
they're up and coming as a
Yeah.
sport. I mean, it's
But I
just
think it's also
I don't see.
like you have these guys who are coming into the sport, like what's the dude for San Diego, Fernando Tatis. Like I'm
I,
like guys who are exciting players. Um, you know, they hit home runs, they're power hitters, or not. They don't have to be hitters, but guys who are just show emotion. They have some kind of flair. They have interesting haircuts. Like they're from different countries or whatever, and they don't play the game the traditional way of like you know you can't talk to the other team. You can't do any kind of gesture that might you know rustle any feathers on the other side. And you have that in all other sports. But for some reason, baseball, it's got to be this like gentlemanly thing where you can't offend anybody in any way. And so you have these guys who are coming into the sport and they're throwing that old bullshit out. And, like when they hit a home run, they're going to watch it. They're going to flip the bat a little bit. When a pitcher strikes somebody out, they're going to get animated. When somebody makes a great catch, they're going to do something. And there are a lot of people, players and owners or fans or whatever included, that don't like that it's moving forward that way. So I think it holds it back. Like you have
Yeah,
that interaction between players, especially competitors, guys on opposing teams in the NBA. Look at the LeBron thing. The LeBron and the dude, like the whatever that guy's name, Ben Wallace too. What's the dude's name?
oh,
Yeah, the guy
Stewart.
he smashed his face in.
Yeah, Stewart.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which that doesn't happen all the time, but just having like competitiveness. That's the other thing with baseball is that you don't even physically interact with your opponent really in any way. Like,
yeah. I mean, the leagues that are adapting and the sports that are adapting are the ones that are winning. Like the NBA is like basically the poster child for a league that adapted to the different eras, and they probably made the biggest jump as in popularity of like maybe all time of any sport because they're like pushing it against NFL because I feel like look at the influence. The most recognizable, like they really got behind the players. Look at Michael Jordan. Look at what they did with Magic and Larry Bird, like LeBron James. They always were like, all right, we're gonna take these players, and we're gonna get behind them, and then we're gonna take it a step further with like letting them, not letting them, but like being the sport that really gets behind like the video games and the different crazy shoes and the just letting the players express themselves and even some of the stuff with um like the all-star games and all-star weekend and stuff like that. That shows you like when a league and an organization does that, they win. Like look at what baseball was when like Ken Griffey Jr. was there. He had a backwards hat, which was so
yeah,
crazy to do, and like it was at an all-time high. Like people were like buying his shoes. I was interested in baseball. Like
right,
people, like they had a broader
right,
reach, and when you let those players kind of do what they do, and just um and you encourage it, and you market
yeah,
it, and you get behind it, then it's like okay, you got
yeah.
something,
And I think they're starting to do that. I
you
think
know.
baseball's starting to, but there's still a lot of resistance. You know,
Yeah.
but it's making
Yeah.
progress.
But I couldn't tell you five baseball players.
Like literally, you couldn't tell me
I
five.
couldn't. No. Like today, I don't watch baseball.
Yeah, I don't either,
Like back
but
to the dude.
I know what's going on with it. I guess.
I do
Yeah.
not know what's
But you
going
don't even, but you don't really pay attention to football like that, right? Like,
I know I can name more than 5 players.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I could name players in
Yeah.
football, but yeah, I don't. As far as like, I can even name like a bunch of head coaches. Like, I watch football because like, I'm a big Raiders fan, but baseball, like, I tried to be a Dodgers fan at one point, but it was just too
Yeah.
boring.
Hey, no, that's fair. That's fair. Are you
Yeah,
do you think that could you name more baseball players than hockey players? Could you name one hockey player?
I don't think I could name. Is Albert Pujols still
He's
playing?
a baseball player, not a hockey player.
I know. I'm saying, is he still playing in
He played this
MLB?
past season, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, maybe him.
Damn. He was on the cover of like
Vlad
MLB
Guerrero Jr.
2K1.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm back. Like, I'm like, what's his name? Ichiro Suzuki and all that.
All right, so that's it. Albert
Like,
Pujols. That's it. That's all you got.
oh, Klay Thompson, brother.
Damn. Baseball, you got to get your game up. That is bad.
Yeah,
That's bad.
I don't know baseball. I'm telling you. What's his name though?
Who? Trace
Something
Thompson,
Thompson.
I think.
Klay Thompson's brother. Trace
I don't even know if
Thompson.
he's playing anymore.
Yeah,
Man,
yeah. But yeah, I don't
that's
see. I don't
not
watch
good.
baseball.
That's not good for baseball.
Why? Why that I don't
Because
watch?
people should know. Like, baseball was one. I mean, baseball people, America's game or whatever. Like America made that shit up, and so at one point, baseball was all there is. Like, baseball's like 400 years old. Like all the players that you read that hold records. There
America's
you go.
pastime.
But like you look at like a baseball record book, and the guy's name is like, Sunset Thompson or whatever,
Ty
whatever,
Cobb.
and he pitched in 1837, and he had 40 strikeouts in a game.
Yeah, and he wore a pillow on his hand to catch the ball.
No, he wore a leather glove, but he had to cut the leather off a cow himself.
Yeah,
That's
yeah. And they rode
to the
horses
games.
to
Yeah,
each game.
yeah.
Yeah.
But like when my dad talks about baseball like that, especially baseball when he was a kid, like, I mean, that was the shit. Like, people would just sit there and listen to it
Yeah.
on the radio. I mean, you had, like you had these in market or local commentators or announcers or whatever who would do the games, and so like people just got used to the voices. The Dodgers always had Vin Scully. Like, my dad talks about listening to Vin Scully on the radio as a kid. Like, I've heard the old Vin Scully rings. They sound very much like the more recent ones, but like back then, that's what it was. But I think it would only be
Boring as fuck. Like this podcast talking about baseball. Jesus Christ. Yo, are you gonna watch the Lakers and
Yeah,
Clippers?
I mean, LeBron's gonna be back right after his COVID hiatus. Yeah, that's it.
Is
Said
he?
that he's gonna be back.
It's already been 10 days? I thought he had a 10-day
I
like
think it's
quarantine
been
thing.
10 days. Yeah, he's supposed to be back for the Clipper game.
Oh, okay.
I think maybe he was gonna come back earlier,
Oh,
and
shoot.
then they like threw the rules at him. They made him actually follow the rules.
Okay, so I gotta see who's the team that plays tomorrow on ESPN now, because they took the Lakers game and Clippers game
Off
off
of ESPN now.
of ESPN tomorrow for Friday. You know, they always have the Friday games, and so they took that game off. They announced it. Like, oh, it's no
The
longer
Lakers Clippers game?
for whatever.
So what? It's going to be on like the local.
It's so. Yeah, it'll be on Fox Sports or what is it, Spectrum Sportsnet and Bally's.
Bally's? That's the Clippers channel?
But Bally's
Bally's
so
Total
all the
Fitness?
Fox Sports.
What?
Yeah. You didn't God damn, you don't know anything. They
God.
all
Bally's
the Fox
Total
Sports,
Fitness?
all the Fox all the Fox Sports things, like Fox Sports West, Fox Sports Southeast, all that, like Fox Sports Northeast or whatever the heck, like Arizona, all of those are now called
Did they
Bally's.
ask Espiritu Sancti Fitness?
And
did they ask them?
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out if it's that same company.
Damn.
Because
that's old.
Yeah, because it's red
that's
too. It's also
old.
red.
That's like having Mervin's be your.
You know,
your sponsor or whatever.
Mervin's.
Yeah.
Oh,
remember it was Mervin's, and then there was Lucky's right next door.
Yeah, she said right next door. Like if every Mervin.
Yeah,
you're talking about the Oxnard
Point Mall.
Yeah, yep. It was definitely Lucky's. Me Lucky Charms.
And they had videos. They had videos in there.
And you had to get an ice cream
and then go through the video section, sneak a peek at the little pornos on the little video pornos.
Okay, I don't remember all that, but all right.
Okay.
Put you on an island with that one.
Yeah, but those are the Oxnard natives.
And then you go to Blockbuster
or Pizza Hut and get your what did they give you
pizza.
if you read all your stuff in school, then you could have a piece of pizza?
No, that's the little you get a round table pizza. You get a little
pizza,
a little small pizza.
Yeah,
if you read five books. If you read like 150 books in like
man, I lied about that shit just to get a free slice of pizza.
You had to prove it. You had to have a book report. No, I don't remember. Remember what was the thing? The book fairs?
Yeah.
Remember book fairs?
Yeah, book fairs for...
You're like, oh, look, all these books that you can't afford.
Damn. I was thinking, look at all these books that I'll never read.
Yeah. I just remember going. I'm like, I have no money for this shit. I don't even know why I'm here.
The book fair was something that used to have at school, right?
Yeah, it was like they took up the library or a cafeteria or something, and then you'd go in there, and they had all kinds of books. And I would just go to like the sports book and like read up on sports, and then just be like, "Oh, are you gonna buy it?" Nah, I'm good.
Wait, so Zach says you had a library outside the house? You're on mute. Zach, you look like
you're on mute.
Like you're like spitting rhymes on a music video.
he's going hard.
What?
There you go.
Oh, was it not working while I was talking? Okay,
yeah.
It said hold the space bar. Yeah. So a lot of people set out these. They're called like little libraries, I think is what they're called. But they set them outside their house and they fill them up with books. And so they allow like kids and children to come take these books or replace them with others. And so that's what I was saying. Shout out to my mom for making one outside her house in El Rio, 1102 Corsicana. If you guys want,
you putting out the address.
Damn.
Yo, it's a free library for all you little kids. If anybody wants to go grab some books, go grab some. If you want to fill it up with other books that you're not using anymore, go do it, please. it's a great thing to.
Our listeners are a piece of shit. They'll go here and listen to
No.
Ah, play.
Not when we're doing
No,
all
but
this for a
I've
good
seen
cause,
those
man.
before
Nah.
though.
Like it's all to keep little kids reading, to keep them learning more,
Yeah.
to get their imagination going, to do all that. So it's a great thing, and they're all over the place. There's even a website where you could find where they're at. So like you were talking about book fairs,
What's the
for,
website?
for books that we can't afford. Yo, go hit up these free little libraries.
Give young Andrews not an
Yeah.
excuse to get some fucking books. Wait, but what's
Yeah,
what's the
true.
website? No.
I will look it up in just a second, and I will let you know.
All right. But
All
I've
right.
seen those little libraries
Yeah,
in my
nah, I think.
neighborhood, and I don't
Oh,
think they're
really?
always for little
I've
kids.
never seen those.
I think they're also sometimes people do it like just for like adults who
Nostalgia.
are not nostalgia, but like who are sharing books, like who just read a good book and they want to share it with people. So it's like a community thing.
Yeah.
Like you can go up and share stuff.
Yeah.
What's the last book
Yeah,
that you
nah.
read, Drew? Let me. What's the last fiction book that you read?
Why did you say, why did you preface it like
Because
that?
it was going to be like millionaire in 10 days.
I
You know.
know. Well, it's funny because I reread a book.
Rich Dad Poor Dad.
I reread a book. Yeah. That's kind of the go-to. Like, you kind of have to reread that because I read it a long time ago, and then um someone kept people like always referencing it and stuff, and I'm like, oh yeah, I kind of do remember that being said, and I kind of remember this part, and so there's like I kind of reread it. Um, I don't read. I do the audio audible.com. I do the
Yeah. All right. Well. All right. So, at what point are we
audiobooks.
going to
Go ahead.
start counting audiobooks as just reading the books?
Now,
Oh, so that's what you meant?
Okay. Agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're all like, what's the point? Like, do you have to force yourself to sit there and spend the time?
Well, sometimes you get a gift. Like I recently got a gift of the a Carmelo Anthony book that he just
Yeah.
came out with. So I'm gonna read that when I maybe hop on a flight or like have some time to just relax, I guess. But yeah, for the most part, it's all audiobooks. What about you? You do any like flipping of pages?
Yeah, I do. I try to. Um, I try to, but I mean, like I said, it's hard because I mean, you're busy. You go to work. You got other stuff. You got to go to the store, do adult stuff. It's hard to find time to just sit there and read, like when it's, you know. But I mean, I try. I've been reading. I haven't read enough, but it's the fifth season by N.K. Jemisin. It's like it's a sci-fi thing. Like they're on this planet where people can move mountains and stuff. It's not a Drew thing, is what I'm getting at.
How do you know? How do you know I haven't
Because you
read it?
have no imagination or like.
Oh man,
You know,
I got a better imagination than you.
nah. When you played Legos, you only did the instruction ones.
No, hell no.
Yeah, you did.
What?
You didn't
I've
even
never
have the slushy box where you like
slushy
the
box.
box that fits under the bed, and then you open it up, and then you just the whole thing looking for Legos.
He said the slushy box. No, it's because I made I made every Lego.
You made
So there was
every
nothing.
Lego.
Yeah, like you couldn't. Like there was nothing to
There's no
create anymore
leftovers.
because.
Okay.
Yeah.
You had no leftover parts.
Yeah. Yeah. I had none left over. I used every block.
Oh man, that's the worst. That's the worst. I mean, it happens like at home when you're, assembling furniture or whatever. But it also happens. It also happens in, as a mechanic of if you if you work on something and then you put it back together and you look down and you've got some parts there that should probably not be, with you anymore. They should be back into the same place where they came from. But it looks complete.
Yeah.
That's not a good feeling.
Nah, I agree. Um, but no, I have a great imagination.
Yeah.
I'm like reading Rainbow with this shit.
Right.
Yeah. What you got? Any plans for this weekend?
No. I mean, I'm gonna do my weekly run, do my Saturday run.
Weekly?
Yeah.
You run weekly only?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were running more often than that.
No. I just do I do a Saturday run.
Okay.
But when I go, I definitely like to be competitive about it sometimes. So like I really turn on the juice when I see somebody running the same direction as me, like if they're ahead of me,
Oh,
then
God.
like
All right, Captain America.
it's a lot like that. I try as hard as I can to make it like that. To where they're not
Wow.
like, and I ambush them too, like they don't even know I'm coming. And then I just
You get people like dropping and rolling out of the way. Like, people probably just slow down because it's like, all right, this guy's trying to prove that he's super fast. Let him go. You got your hands like up, like you're bringing them like Forrest Gump, hands up to the face, running.
I'm like a 7-year-old who thinks he's the fastest kid in the world, and I'm trying to show these people out on the streets who the fastest kid in the world is.
Yeah, I could definitely see you running across the street to just run by someone. Like, dude, you weren't even on this side.
Man, you should have seen a few weeks ago. This girl passed me. She passed me like she ambushed me. I didn't see her, and then she passed by me, and then like I saw her out of the corner of my eye, and I can't speed up then, like because she can't be passing me 5 feet away, and then I speed up, and I'm like, that's weird. I can't do that,
Yeah.
So as she's passing me, then I kind of got to fall back. I got to like pump the brakes a little bit, and luckily there were two. There was another street that was like just parallel to it, like right next to it. So I crossed over to that street. Once I got to that street, turned on the jets to 11.
So you think?
And of course, as I'm getting to the end, and then she's got to cross over to that street that's parallel. Man, I ran right by her. I looked at her like, try to sneak up on me.
Wow. It's amazing. What a life you live.
And let me just add this to it. Usually when I run, so now that I have long hair, I wear a head tie. I wear like a.
All right, so I didn't want to say anything, but let's get into this. What are you doing with your hair? What's going on? No, I'm curious. What are you doing?
I'm growing it out.
Okay. Well, where? what's the end goal? Are you trying to just get the Are you trying to do the Adam Morrison? Are you trying to do
Damn, not like that.
the punk rock band?
That's too stinky, Adam Morrison. You're
Okay.
insinuating that I stink.
I'm not insinuating you stink. I'm just I'm wondering where you're gonna how are you gonna are you doing like Jufro?
No.
Are you doing okay?
No. First of all, I don't want to look like I stink. Like some people with long hair look like they stink. And I'm not going for that. I don't want that vibe. But I want to grow it out. I want to see what it does. I've never grown it out, like this long before.
You have grown it out.
But not this long. Close. But this is about it. This is the farthest we've come.
So you're gonna get Jesus biblical on us.
That's kind of where I'm headed, yeah.
Oh wow. Oh my God. Really?
I mean, but not like that. Like at least with a little more flair to it. Like I don't have just straight hair that just falls down.
I don't think you should.
Like that.
I don't think you should do Jesus.
No, I'm not, but it's not gonna be Jesus. Like because I have curls too. You know what I mean? So like I want to see what it looks like because it's totally. I don't see people with my hair, so I want to see what it looks like, what it ends up looking like.
All right.
I'm thinking like, maybe like chin length.
Oh man. Yeah, nah, I don't think you should do it. I'm not co-signing it.
Thank you for your contribution, your advice, but
I'm not co-signing that.
Right, it's happening, man. It's happening.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll be watching the fights this weekend. I'll be watching the Lakers and Clippers. And we'll see what happens. We'll see.
You want to watch the Lakers Clippers game on FaceTime together? I figured you might after how many fucking times you called me this week.
Oh yeah, you were tripping. I literally called you one time.
You called me twice.
You called me the other times.
You called me twice.
No, I called you one time. You called me twice.
No, that's not right.
You're like, I would never.
I would never do
it's
that.
So crazy. It's such a right. I know it's such a foreign thought, but you called me because you were like, "Oh, I'll call you after work."
Shit.
So you called me, and you're like, you were shocked that I answered.
I was disappointed,
and
that
then
you
had to, and then you were so. You had to go into the grocery store, so you were like, I can't talk on the phone in the
Come
grocery
on,
store.
I'm not gonna
I'll have to call you back.
I don't even talk on the phone in private. I'm not gonna go into a grocery store and be talking to you on the phone.
Why?
That's crazy.
What's gonna happen?
It's crazy.
What's gonna? You think a fucking manager's gonna be like, "Hey, you in the shirt, get off that telephone"?
No, not that at all.
What's the problem?
Not that at all.
What's the problem?
I cannot stand it when
listening?
somebody's in a place and they're just on the phone and you gotta listen to their conversation.
No, you don't. No one's listening to your conversation.
That is not true.
I mean, if they are,
Zach, please. Zach, please. What's your
take on people being on the phone?
When you're out in public and people are on the phone, how do you feel about it? God, you're on mute.
Once
you
unmute yourself, we'll know.
On mute.
I'm sorry, Greg. I'm on Andrew's side here. Like coming from
you yourself.
Like my line of work, and I just have the headpiece in and I'm just out there talking random times. It's like I don't care if people are hearing my conversation. What does it matter? Like they don't know
but you're like at work. You're at work. You're not like in the store, right?
I have been, yes.
That's the point.
Sometimes at work is in the store.
But are you having a functional conversation, like a practice, or because I know Drew's in there calling people just to keep him company while he's at the store.
No,
That I'm not on board
Yeah,
with
no,
that shit.
no,
You
no.
cannot
I'm
be
not.
on
I'm
board
not with that. Like once upon a time, I was, and it was just like talking all day long to people, like different coworkers, and I was like, yo, this sucks. Like I'm not
How
about
did
that.
we all become friends? How did we even freaking get here?
I don't know. Who do you think I am to just be calling and have absolutely nothing to say?
You say that you do that. You're like, if I need somebody to call in the
I
store,
didn't say
like you
that.
have a store call list.
No, I didn't. I never said that.
You said something like it enough where I was able to interpret
If
it
I
or manipulate it to that.
yeah, exactly. Your mind. So I- if I'm talking to someone, I'm saying if it warrants a conversation, I'm not if I'm not in like a library or like somewhere
Yeah.
like that, I'm gonna take the
What about a
call.
doctor's office?
Mm,
No.
what kind of doctor?
All right. Now we're getting somewhere.